Uh, Dear fellow citizens, brothers, sisters of India, uh, from tomorrow, and some places from today, Deepavali, or for short known as Diwali in many places, will be celebrated. In South India, particularly Tamil Nadu, it will be celebrated in the morning, and in North India, it will be celebrated with great fanfare with the lights and so on in the evening. The difference is that Rama left by the Pushpak Viman given to him by the king of Sri Lanka, installed by Lord Rama, Vibhishana, and he had to make it to Ayodhya on the last date of the 14 years. So in the morning, people saw him off in Rameshwaram, flying over Rameshwaram, and then he reached in the evening. He reached Ayodhya. So therefore, the difference between south and north is because Ram started from the south and landed in Ayodhya in the north. Now, essentially, Deepavali has expanded to stand for the victory of good over evil. It also coincides with the harvest period. And it also coincides with general customs we have had of closing the accounts and starting the account for the new year. So, wealth. So, you will find a wide variety of celebrations, the core being Ramchandraji's and Sita and Lakshman's return to Ayodhya. This year, we are very, very fortunate because after 500 years of waiting, we won a legal battle in the Supreme Court, and I particularly feel very proud because my petition on faith and fundamental rights accelerated the conclusion of the court cases, which were otherwise pending for years and years without a hearing. And this led to the situation where now we have a committee, and that committee is working it's a trust actually, and it is working to build a huge Ram Mandir, because we have got almost 70 acres of land and more if necessary, which was kept in store for in case we won the court case by the government of Narasimha Rao, who had nationalized all the land so that if it becomes necessary to build a temple, the land will be available. So the land, the construction is going on, but the UP government has decided to celebrate this year's Diwali in grand style. It is a matter of great pleasure for all of us, and we must all join. It's not necessary that you should be necessarily of Hindu faith. In fact, Sikhs and Jains and Buddhists, they all participate in Diwali because it's a fight of victory of good over evil. And even there was a great Muslim poet called Iqbal, who said, he was one of the greatest poets of the 20th century. And he said, Rama is Imam-e-Hind. That is, he is the god of, or the prophet, or the priest of India for all the people. So therefore, Rama was known for his character, Maryada Purushottam, and that is what we celebrate. A man who never spoke nothing but the truth and acted on nothing but the truth. He did not hesitate to use weapons where necessary. He did not hesitate to use logic, persuasion when necessary. He was the Maryada Purushottam of good values. So therefore, celebrating Rama is something dear to all of us. And we of course have Hindus have many gods, and we have many devtas and so on. But Rama and Krishna are distinguished by the fact that Krishna was God on earth, and therefore called Sampurna Purushottam. And Rama was born as a human being, but he was in fact an avatar of Vishnu. So therefore, Krishna knew he was God. Rama didn't know he was God, and Rama therefore acted in divine inspiration, and he laid the foundation for what men could be, women could be. And that is why we can imitate Rama, but we cannot imitate Krishna. So Rama is the model for all human beings. And his commitment to justice is demonstrated throughout. And that is why we need to celebrate and not forget. That we say Deepavali because it means a row of lights. Deepa is light, and Vali is the lane. So everywhere lighting takes place, and so Deepavali is the name by which we celebrate in most parts of India. In some parts of India, they also celebrate Lakshmi, because Lakshmi, they say, by lighting the lamps, will be shown the road and the path to our houses, and they remove the darkness, and therefore Lakshmi would be bringing prosperity to our house. So this is another aspect, and so we also worship Lakshmi during this period. In Bengal, they celebrate Durga Puja and Kali Puja. Of course, now Rama, because of Ramayana, has become nationally famous, and every part of India. So every part of India is now celebrating Diwali. But Bengal has focused in the past on Kali Puja, and before that Durga Puja. And that also is the victory of the good over evil, but by Stri Shakti. So Shakti today, we must recognize in our religion, is the ultimate embodiment is in the woman. And woman is that's why we call India also Bharat Mata. Ultimate strength is that of women. So therefore, in Bengal, they make it a special day. In Nepal, because they treat it as the day when Krishna destroyed Narakasura, and therefore on Diwali they have lamps. They also have celebrate Lord Rama's return to Ayodhya, but they also celebrate what Krishna did to Narakasura. So therefore, such a festival this year, we can do it as the beginning of a major liberation after 600 years plus 200 years, 600 years of invaders from abroad who were Islamic faith, and then the 200 years of people from abroad who are of Christian faith, were known as British imperialists, Portuguese imperialists, French imperialists, so on. So we are a country which has been continuing over these centuries. It's an unbroken civilization. Even UNESCO accepts that out of 46 civilizations, only one civilization is surviving from the beginning to today, and that is the Hindu civilization. So with great pride and with all the good wishes, let us celebrate Diwali with full gusto. And also Ram would like to see that the nation is not poisoned, is not polluted. So if the government is asking you not to explode firecrackers, please don't explode. Although some governments have said for 2-3 hours you can do, but according to regulation, please see that even keeping a pure environment is also part of the Shuddhi, which Deepavali is said to assure. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for all your faith in our country. And may this country now become once again the most prosperous and strong country of the world, as it was about 1,000 years ago. And let us go on to greater and greater glory. Thank you very much, and namaste.